Were there giants in the earth? Genesis 6. There were giants in the earth in those days. This is when the flood started. After the flood, Numbers 13, we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which were accounted as giants, as the Anakims, but the Moabites called them Emims. This was accounted a land of giants, Deuteronomy chapter 2. Deuteronomy 3, only Og, the king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the giants. They want you to think that man started off small, like a chimpanzee, and got bigger, better, stronger, smarter. Ancient man was probably much bigger and smarter than modern man. The flood of Noah explains so many things that we see today. It explains, why are there legends of a golden age? Many countries, when they were first discovered by outsiders, would say, oh yeah, there was a time on earth when man used to live to be 1,000. Why would they have a crazy legend like that? Because they really did. Okay? Explains where dinosaurs fit in. Explains why we find fossils at all. Okay? See, fossils don't form unless the animal's buried quickly under certain conditions. You evolutionists believe fossils form all the time, all through history. No. One big event called the flood explains probably 99% of all the fossils. Explains how giant canyons were made quickly. Grand Canyon probably formed in less than a week, not millions of years. How coal formed so quickly. Coal's always found in seams. Noah's flood knocked the trees down, made multiple layers of coal. We covered that on video number 6. It explains why the earth has so many layers of rock. The layers are not different ages. There is no geologic column. It explains why gravel is usually rounded. All over the world, gravel's rounded off. They call it river rock. It's not river rock, guys. It's flood rock. It was rolled around in the tide, going up and down, in and out during Noah's flood. Billions of closed clam fossils. I got my closed clam. Oh, here's another one. Closed clam fossils found on top of Mount Everest. Why the earth is still covered 70% by water. Got a globe right here. The Bible says God made the earth to be inhabited. Today, 3% of it is habitable. 70% of the world's underwater. A whole bunch more is under ice or deserts. 3% of the world is habitable for mankind. God made it to be inhabited, Isaiah said. I think what we're seeing today is a junkyard compared to what Adam and Eve saw. Buried beneath heavy layers of shell, some 30 miles below the city, I'm almost certain it's Shreveport, Mr. Clay found unmistakable evidence of a prehistoric race. Huge bones, similar in every respect to man's, were found embedded in thick layers of clamshells. As many as a score of skeletons were found intact. Every skeleton was fully 9 feet high. That's back 100 years ago. A skeleton 10 feet tall found in Humboldt Lake, Nevada in 1931. In Guam, the natives there told legends about the giants that used to live in Guam that made the latte stones. Who on earth is who's carrying these things? Carving them I can understand, but who's going to pick that thing up? There's a 39-pound copper axe head. Who is swinging that? It would swing a 10-pound sledge for 5 minutes, and just try it, okay? Here's a 27-pound axe head found in Manitoba. That's a big axe head. Guys came and visited our museum. There's a stone designed to be held between the thumb and finger for chipping, a chipping stone. Lovelock Cave, Nevada, in Winnemucca, Nevada. Let's see, they found all kinds of giant stuff. There's a normal human thumb bone. There it is next to a giant human thumb bone. I'd say the guy would be pretty big, like really big. This replica is in our museum here, 47-inch femur. Joe Taylor made a casting. The guy had to be 16 feet tall. An Egyptian construction crew ran into a burial mound, found several burials of giant humans, some 16 feet tall. King Og in the Bible was 12 to 18 feet. We got the replica right here in our museum. That'd be a big fella. Large, non-petrified human jawbones in eastern Turkey. Pretty good size. Race of giants in a big mound in Nokobe, northeast Wisconsin. One skull was 3 times the size of ordinary human. The Bible says there were giants in the earth in those days. I think that's because there were giants in the earth in those days.